Hey guys, I just wanted to take just a moment of your time to say thank you so very much for all of the birthday wishes and the cards and the presents and the chats from last night's live. I was so very touched by everything, and I just can't thank you enough. You made my 50th birthday so very special. Thank you so much from my heart. Thank you. Hi everybody, welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and we're on Smokey Steve and Marc. Oh yes we are. A very special howdy to y'all on this Labor Day. Oh yeah, it's Monday Labor Day. So I was thinking, since Labor Day is kind of the unofficial end of summer and the unofficial start of autumn, I thought we might take a look in the garden and see what kind of things we do at this time of the year. Now I've gotten quite a bit of requests to do maybe a video about how to preserve seeds, how to dry flowers, things like that. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. Now if you have no interest in either one of those topics, I'm hoping, as always, that my charming personality and my striking good looks will keep you around. Well, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's get right to it, okay? So, what we're going to start with first, let's see, we're going to dry some flowers today. I'll show you how to do that, and we're going to preserve seeds. So, what you're going to need, a box of Ziploc bags, and a Sharpie marker, alright? So let's get to it. First of all, though, we're going to talk about flowers. So, let's go over here, and I'm going to show you the easiest flower to dry, and probably the best place to start will be straw flowers. These are so beautiful. They're my favorite flower of all time, and like I said, they're very easy to dry. So what you want to do when you're looking at straw flowers, and this is a good rule of thumb for any flower if you want to dry it, okay? This is like a basic rule of thumb, but especially for the straw flowers. You want to look for flower buds that have like the first 2, 3, 4, 5 of the petals starting to open, okay? That is a perfect flower to cut to dry. You don't want to wait, for example, like this one, who is completely all open, okay? And I'll explain why later. So you want to get young flowers, and we're just going to snip it the very base, like this. And let's see, this is a real nice one here. There, these are good ones too. Here, all right, so now we have that, and you want to strip the bottom leaves off, okay, like so. As many of them as you can get off, okay? And then what you're going to want to do once you do that is, one way is to tie them with a string, or you know what works really well? Bread twisty ties. They work perfect to bundle them up together, and then we're going to hang them upside down. But you know what? I'm going to show you my little trick or tip or hack, if you want to call it, for preserving flowers, all right? But we're going to do that inside. Now, I told you that you don't want to wait until the flowers have like completely opened like this on the straw flowers. And why that is these are where all the seeds are. And if you cut that and try to dry it, it's still going to continue the process of creating seeds, okay? So what we'll have is seeds. And these are the straw flowers that I had picked, and they bolted or turned into seeds, just like that. They kind of look like dandelions, huh? These are all seeds. Literally hundreds and hundreds of seeds from every flower that you get. So, since we're kind of on the subject of seeds, I did get a lot of requests saying, hey, why don't you do a video on how we can preserve seeds for the next year? And I would love to do that. So I already told you how to do it with the straw flowers. You can pick it just like this and hang it upside down somewhere nice and cool and dry, and it will turn into seeds. Or you can just snip it off, put it in a Ziploc bag like this, and just leave it open so a little bit of air gets in there, okay? And that will happen. All right, so now I have saved, I guess, a lot of money preserving my own seeds, I'm telling you, because I do preserve them every year. Especially ones that I love, you know, and I might not be able to find next year in the store, like these. These are so beautiful. I don't know if you can see them. They almost look like they have a gloss on them. Such a beautiful flower. Now, after they bloom, of course, they dry up a little bit like that, and then they turn into pods like this. Now, most of your annual lilies or morning glories, or kind of, I don't know, you want to call these daisy-like or lily-like flowers, they'll produce pods like this. Now, you're going to want to wait until that turns like brown or almost black sometimes, and give it a snip off, and then inside that pod you'll find a whole bunch of seeds to use for next year. I have some inside and I'll show you, alright? Now, moving right along, we'll go over here to Steve's flowers here, his crazy snapdragons. These have grown so well this year. Look at the stock on this. Very, 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 very robust growers this year. We have tons of them. But as you can see, they bloom, and then all of these little things here are pods that have seeds in them. Now, I left some on the plant here, so you can see right here. And you're just going to want to snip it below, like that. And each one of these have seeds in it. You can just pull them off, snap them open, and those are all seeds. Just like that. So I just take these and I put them in my Ziploc bags and mark them Snapdragon, and I have them for next year. Now, one of the easiest flowers to get seeds from, of course, marigolds. Now, marigolds come in orange and yellow and red, all different colors, and they are really, really beautiful, and probably the most popular of all of the garden flowers, I would think. Everyone has them. So after they bloom, they're going to dry up a little bit like this, and then eventually they're going to turn very dry like that. And you just snip from the bottom, and all of this inside, those are all marigold seeds. You'll get a plant from all of those. Hundreds and hundreds of them, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I just save them every year, put them in my bag, and I have seeds for next year. So, now we have all of our seeds, we have all of our flowers here. So, okay, now what are we going to do with these? How are we going to dry the flowers? Let's go inside and I'll show you how, okay? All right. Move up here. Okay. Fernando is doing very nice.
Yes, he is.
Very nice. And I had a rogue straw flower seed that fell into the pot. This grew in the pot. Another straw flower.
It's always good to go for a walk.
So now we're inside, and we have all of our seeds here, and then I just keep them in my seed box for next year. And I just do this with all the different seeds that I collect every year. And that's how you preserve flower seeds. There. Now, if you're talking about vegetables, that's a different story. Now, one of the funnest things you can do if you grow tomatoes and like to grow and you want a little fun project to do, take a tomato that's gotten, I don't know, maybe a little wilty or a little soft and you can't use it. Take it out into your garden in the fall and just dig a hole, put it in there, walk away. Next year, you will have a tomato plant. It's fascinating. I have 3 of them that grew this year that I didn't plant last year. They must have fallen off of the vine and came back up. And they tend to be so delicious, too. I don't know. But if you don't want to do that, all of your vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, all of those, all you want to do is cut your fruit open, scrape out all of your seeds, and put them on a piece of paper towel. Then put another paper towel on top of it, and then place it somewhere dark and cool and dry and let them dry out. And then you have seeds for next year for all of your vegetables. Pretty cool, huh? Now, flowers. So, we're going to use the straw flower as a demonstration. And like I said, you always want to strip your leaves from your flowers. They don't dry too well. They don't preserve too well. All right, so when we have these like this, and like I said, one of the most popular ways to dry flowers and herbs too, like lavender, is to bundle them together and then hang them upside down in a cool, dry place. Now, I used to have the bedroom closet used to be the place where I would hang my flowers to dry, and for my herbs too, I would put in there to dry. It kind of got full, and we kind of expanded a little bit, but it's still in the bedroom, and I have a drying rack in there. So I'm going to take you into the bedroom and show you my drying rack, okay? All right, so let's go. Yes, this is my drying rack. Now, before you say anything, okay, yes, it is Bandit's scratching tree. And an interesting fact about this, when we got Bandit, Steven's father built this tree, homemade by hand for us, well, for Bandit, you know, and it's so beautiful and wonderful. I mean, this would be hundreds of dollars in the store. I'm amazed at this thing. We've had it in the living room. We've had it right against the kitchen. We've had it in front of the window. We've had it in the bedroom in different places. He just will not use it. No matter what. I've coated it in catnip. I don't know why. He has his shelf right here, and that's all he cares about. So anyway, and most of the year it's empty anyway, but this time of the year it does become my drying rack. Now this is probably not the professional, proper way of drying flowers, but it's a great hack, a great tip, because it works so wonderful. So what I use is just some duct tape, right? And I take my flowers here and I just add them, the stems, just like so, okay? And then I find a place to hang them, like, well, on the rack here. And I just place it around like that. And then as you can see, I have, like, these are all the straw flowers, and then this is lavender that I'm drying in a bunch there, and these are those little poof flowers. I can't remember exactly what those ones are called. And then on top, I have some drying racks. These are our bells of Ireland. And a drying rack is just simply like a screen that you lay your flower on, or you lay your leaves on, and then it dries out that way. And I just have a couple little cardboard boxes to allow air flow, you know, to dry it out. But anyway, so that's my little tip, and you can do this in a cupboard. You can do this like even against the wall if you have a blank wall that you're not using. As long as the place is relatively dry, you know. If it's a very humid place, it's going to take a lot longer for your flowers to dry, okay? That's why I kind of, you know, if you're going to do it in the basement, it has to be a dry basement. And if you have a dehumidifier, I mean, you're set to go. But anyway, so I leave these hung up here for a couple weeks, and they become very, very dry, just like this, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to grab a couple of these off of here, and we're going to go back over into the living room, and I think we may have a couple projects. Yeah, let's go do it, all right? Okay, so we're back, and now we have all of these dried flowers, and so what to do with them? Well, I came up with a couple cute little projects that are so easy to do. You just won't believe it. But first, I wanted to tell you, if you wanted to preserve your flowers for like even longer and give them a nice little shine to them, I would recommend giving them just a quick light coat with some type of spray acrylic or clear glaze or something like that. And what it'll do, it'll give your flower like a little shine to it. I hope you can see that. Can you? It's the bells of Ireland there. It kind of like makes them a little more sturdy, and it gives them a little bit of shine to them too, which I think looks really nice. I think those bells of Ireland are going to look really cool in an arrangement that I'm working on. But anyway, so, you know, I did it to the straw flowers too, to, you know, so they preserve a little longer and look real nice. So we have all these flowers, and I thought it would be really, really cute to make a photo frame. Now, if you can see that. Again, this is so super simple, but I did want to share it with you because you don't have to be a rocket science to make use of, some dried flowers. And, I did scout out the dollar store. If you don't have dried fresh flowers, or if you're not growing them yourself, you can use silk flowers too, or the ones you get at the dollar store. They have tiny ones, middle-sized ones, that will work. And of course, you can always go to your neighborhood garden center or even a craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. They sell real dried flowers there too. I think that, when you're going to make a project, any kind of project that you make homemade is special. But gosh, if you're using flowers that you grew in the garden and dried yourself, I think it adds just a little something extra to a homemade gift, you know what I mean? Especially a photo frame. If you're going to give it as a gift, pop a photo in there too. It would be real nice. But anyway, I got these at the dollar store. I thought were very perfect because of the wood finish on there. But really, any type of photo frame that's flat, I think works the best for this type of project. Now, with these flowers, pretty much any flower really, but these, you can remove them from their stem and by pinching them and just pulling them off like so you have it like that, or you can just use scissors too, but they come right off if they're dried, and you have a bunch of flowers to use. Okay, now you're going to need glue, and I recommend definitely using E6000 or some type of permanent glue for this, or you could use a hot glue gun too. Quite honestly, I was too lazy to get the hot glue gun out. It's in the closet, and you gotta plug it in and all that stuff. But no, permanent glue works just as well, and it dries fairly fast. Not like hot glue, but it does dry pretty fast. So you can do it two different ways. You can get your photo frame and kind of lay out your flowers in how you want them. Like, oh, I think this would look nice like that. I think this would look nice like that. Get a rough idea of it. Then take them all off, and then you could put glue over the area that you want to place them. But I'm a little more particular, so what I like to do is I will take each individual flower, okay, and I'm going to add glue to it, just to the center of it, like so. Here, I'll do this one, and then I'll show you the next one. Here, we'll hold it right up to that. Here, we'll do that side. So I'm just going to add a drop of glue. E6000 is very strong. And then I'm going to place it where I want it on my photo frame, just like so. Ooh, this is going to be a nice one. I can already tell this is going to, I hope it doesn't fall off. This is already going to be a nice one, I can tell whenever it's done. I'll post pictures of these up on Facebook for you too, okay? But anyway, let's see, put that there, set it aside so it dries. Let me put it down there. All right, so when you're finished, you can have pretty much any design you want. I used some dried celosia, I believe these are, with these. I think that looks really, really nice. So that's just to give you an idea. I know this wasn't like a proper how-to, like we didn't do everything step by step, but I just wanted to give you some ideas of what you can do with some dried flowers that look really, really nice. Now, I'm working on another project right now. This is kind of like a cliffhanger. You know how I be, right? You know how I be? I don't know where that came from. Anyway, you know how I am. I like to have, I don't know, excitement brewing. Anyway, so for this next project, okay, you're going to need, if you want to do this, you're going to need one of these foam pumpkins. I thought this was going to be a great way to kind of kickstart autumn in a way, okay? So get yourself a foam pumpkin at the Dollar Tree or Walmart or wherever else, okay? Or, any pumpkin. It doesn't have to be foam, okay? And as you can guess it, we're going to put some flowers on the outside of this. Now I have it started like so, and I'm doing this just the same way we did on the photo frame. I'm adding some glue to a dot of glue to my flower, and I'm just placing them all around the pumpkin, and I'm going to cover the entire pumpkin with these dried flowers. I'm telling you, I really think this is going to look cool. And then to finish it off, I'm going to take this little, cheapy stem, and I'm gonna put a little piece of driftwood in there to make it look a little more authentic, okay? So this is a cliffhanger, so I'm gonna share with you the finished product next week on Mondays with Mark, if not sooner. You never know, it may pop up in a video this week once I have it all finished, but I'm super excited. I think it's gonna look really cool, and again, super easy to make and very inexpensive. You can do this with dried flowers that you grew yourself or silk flowers that you buy at the store. Either way. And if you want to reuse your flowers, you don't even have to use glue. Just get some straight pins and pin them all the way around, if you have a foam pumpkin, that is. All right? So we'll leave that go right there. We'll leave that go, as I know just everyone's just holding their breath or biting their nails because they want to see what it looks like. I kind of do too, actually. Now, I will share it with you a little bit later this week. I'll post all of this up on Facebook. And who knows, we may have some other dried flower projects coming up. I don't know. Fall is September 22nd. That's the official start of autumn. I'm super stoked. I'm working on a new backdrop, and I'm in selfie now, so I can see the backdrop. And the postcards had such a wonderful run. It's gonna be sad to see them go, but you know what? They may pop up again too, because there's no way I'm getting rid of those. No way at all. So I'm gonna be keeping those, and we're getting started for all of our autumn crafts, our autumn recipes, autumn in the garden. It's just, I guess you can tell I'm kind of excited about autumn. I am. You know what, too? I think it's no secret that we've all been struggling a bit recently. You know, we're all still getting used to a new normal. And, you know, if and when this all passes, you know, everything that's going on in the world today, we're going to have to adjust to yet a new normal then, too. And I think there's a lot of fear of the unknown. And so, you know, I think that, you know, autumn has always been a happy time for me personally. So I think that's just adding to the excitement of it. You know, 2020 has, you know, admittedly been a struggle. It's been an interesting year so far for so many people. And, you know, as always, our hope with our videos every day is to kind of hopefully give you a little break from everything that's going on in the world, you know. So we're gearing up for a fantastic autumn and a fantastic holiday season here. And I hope you'll come along with us, all right? So so thank you for watching today, and I really appreciate your time. And if you like the projects and everything that we did today, please hit the like button. Definitely hit the subscribe button. A special thank you to everybody. We made 3,000 subscribers this week. It was so great. Just so wonderful. Thank you so much. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when we have a new video out. Let's see, our Facebook page, send us a friend request at SmokeySteveAndMarc. We're on Instagram, SmokeySteveAndMarc. We're on Twitter, our handle is SmokeySteveA. All of our contact information is listed below. That would be our address and our email address if you want to get in contact with us, or if you have any questions. If you try anything we did today, shoot us some pictures. We'll put it over on Instagram or Facebook. And again, I just can't thank you enough. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Have a fantastic week, everybody, and I'll see you next Monday, okay? Stay positive, everybody.